Hello viewers, and welcome to week 29 update of our Thai house build. Thanks for tuning in and checking out what's been going on over the past week. I don't know if you can hear the background music, but local temple's having a katin ceremony, money tree ceremony, where people donate money to the temple and they have a festival. So it's lots of music over the last couple of days, usually fairly loud too. Anyway, this week we've had a few things happening. We've had door frames installed in the house, and the windows are all complete, ready to go into the frames, as well as the doors, but they're going to hold off putting them in until the final coat of paint gets put on the house, which hopefully will be the next week or early the following week. Tyler was finishing off the front and back porches. Everything's done except the stairs. He's waiting for the railing contractor now to come and install the railings. The contractor was here this week, took final measurements on the stair angles. The railings, gates are all made now, being painted, and probably be here next week sometime to install them all. We had land sculpting going on and cleanup of the build site. The building contractor had a backhoe and tractor and truck here. They took away all of the 3 loads of builder's garbage that were piled up around the site. And then they leveled all the land and put dirt around to be leveled into the sidewalks where the water supply pipes are, so they'll be all buried. So it's been a busy week, lots going on, really excited. The site looks fantastic. Really happy with things, so looking forward to the end of the build now after 29 weeks. You know, there's probably about 4 or 5 weeks left. I think everything will be finished up. Anyway, stay with me over the coming weeks to see how we end up. So thanks for joining, and stay tuned for what's happened this week. Cheers, thanks for joining us. So I thought I'd start this week's update with a quick drone fly around Sunday morning. And this shows the house at the end of week 29. You can see the lands have been all leveled, which you'll see more in detail in the video. And there's been some holes dug for septic and soakaways around the house, because there's bathrooms in 2 different locations in the house. So just a quick bit of a tour around to have a look. It's a wider angle, so is the house from farther away. Gives you a view of the neighborhood. Some of the houses, we've only got kind of 3 neighbors close to us. The yards are large, so, you know, multi-ry yards, so lots of space between the houses. So just have a look at the drone footage and we'll catch up shortly. So one of the achievements this week was installation of the door frames, the sliding doors and the door of the hallway. So the crew from the door and window company arrived with packages of metal that they need to assemble door frames with. So they came in pieces and they assemble them on site, as you'll see here. So it's a Thai metal aluminum. It's 1.2 millimeter thick window frames and door frames. Reasonable size. It's not too small and not overly heavy, so just budget conscious. They work well. I've seen them installed. Happy with them. So they screw the frames together and use rivets to put it all together. So just some imaging of the team taking the four sides of the door frame and putting it together on site. Saying things like this makes you feel like, geez, maybe the house will be finished. Once these finishing touches start to go in. The actual doors and windows that go in these frames won't be installed until after the final coat of paint is on, probably this week or next. So then they were installing the hallway door. So at the top there's a glass transom, just a small glass transom, and underneath it is the rather large swing door. It's got a pneumatic kind of swing door. Swings both ways and self-closes. So as a design feature, we thought, well, to keep the cool air from the air conditioner in the lounge and dining room, so it's not going down the hall. So he's got his laser out and lining up to make sure that the door's square in the opening. And then they simply drill screws into the wall through the metal frame to hold it in place. So it's very, very secure in the house with the concrete frames. So they've got it in place and just finishing it off before they put the door in. So this is the door frame minus the glass. They'll put, once again, they don't want to put the glass in anything right now because there's other trades will be working for the next few weeks and don't want to bust anything. So hopefully it'll all work out. So they're just mounting in the hinge system that's in this frame. So it was interesting to watch. This was a kind of design feature we thought about, and nice to see it actually come together. Once the door is in place, then they put a piece of glass in the top because it's high and nobody would be up there, and then the door was in. Fantastic. And there we are testing it out. So it'll keep the noise out from coming down to the bedrooms as well, because that wall is a double block wall with the door self-closing. Then they were on to the sliding doors. So here they're just simply grinding out some of the concrete. The door wouldn't fit properly, so they have to grind out some space. It was framed up. It wasn't quite correct for this square metal frame. This is just their method of installing, so you get a flavor of how it's all put together. I've had a few requests for information on doors and windows, and so I thought some of this information might be useful or helpful to people. So that's the door that leads out to the side of the house and the carport. That's the door between the kitchen and lounge dining. So it's going to be a sliding door, so it's the Thai kitchen. You can cook in there and the smells won't come into the house. Or you can have it open if you're not cooking smelly things. This is a door, sliding glass door leading out to the balcony, the back of the house. Just once again, some shots of the team getting the door installed. And that's the window they installed in the kitchen, because the tiling's all done now, just waiting for the painters. And then we dropped into the contractor's facility here in Tat Pranam and had a look at these windows. He's got all the windows done for the house, so we just had a look at those. Happy. So our favorite tiler was at work again this week, starting on the back porch. Partially did the front porch the week before, but now he's on the back porch. And he's using the same method of the sand and cement mortar under the tile to raise it to the required level. He's gone around and leveled the whole porch using string lines, and he's leveled to make sure everything's correct, and puts out the mortar base and spreads it out correctly to meet up with the string lines, and then puts puts some water on it and then puts cement glue on the tile to lay it down. So he worked his way along the back porch over the week. I think this was kind of Monday and Tuesday. He uses a level all the time. You can see it's perfectly flat. It's the slightest angle, so there'll be a runoff to the edge. And here you can see the black eyebrow strip to finish off the tile to the side stones, and that's it, finished. Looks fantastic. The only thing left is the stairs to be done, but he's got to wait for the railing. And here he's just working on the eyebrow finish on the front porch, and you can see he's finished that off as well, except for the stairs. So porches are done. Then it was on to the plumbing. So the Thailand famous blue pipe they use for water everywhere, many sizes, and it's got all kinds of fittings to go with it. So they laid out the water supply pipe all around the sidewalks of the house and put clips into the sidewalk to clip the pipe into, and cut and glued. Here's a supply into the house from the water supply around the house, so you can see a shot there as well. They sand the pipe and then put it into the coupler and glue it all together. That's a water faucet around the side of the house. There's 4 faucets around the house. These lead into the bathroom. That's a fella doing the work, having a bit of a break from it all. So they ran into a bit of a problem. So on the right is the grey water that goes to the soakaway, and under his left foot is the sewage pipe to go to the septic tank, and then the pipe on the left is the tank vent pipe that goes back and up the space above the roof to vent out the tank and the toilet system. They're looking for the water pipe. Where's the water supply pipe? So we've got everything coming out, but we've got no water going in. So he's just digging around the grey water exit pipe, thinking it might be there, but no. Doesn't seem to be any luck. So just cleaning things off for connections coming up. So there was a real drama. The builder was on site, this is him on the left. Had out his blueprints, was on the phone to the people that did the sidewalk and who were meant to extend the pipes from the house out under the sidewalk before they poured them. The contractor said, oh yeah, it's all there, but no, it's not there. The water inlet pipe could not be found, so they finally stuck a hose in the water inlet pipe in the bathroom, and water was coming out. So they dug around, and finally found the pipe. And it looks like the sidewalk contractor who was supposed to extend the pipes didn't extend the pipe for the water supply. But not to worry, there's the mystery pipe that nobody could find. So they had to bore under the sidewalk to be able to get the water supply pipe under there. And they just attached a hose to a pipe and used like water pressure and pushing the soil. Soil's not too compacted there because it was dug out for the sidewalk. And they managed to get through underneath. You can see the water pouring, and they connected the water supply pipe. So happy with that. So there we are. All 4 pipes that meant to be. So they used a manual pressure test pump to make sure the system was not leaking. Hook it up, close all the ends off, and then they manually fill up the system and until the pressure builds up, and they let it sit to see whether it leaks out. In our case, apparently it didn't leak out. Everybody's happy that the system's tight and secure. Then our railing contractor showed up on site to measure the stairs, the angle of the stairs. He's almost finished making everything, so he just needed to confirm the angle of the stairs. And here they are in their shop, welding the thing together. This is some shots of the finished railings. looking good, just waiting to be painted, so they'll be probably finished next week and ready to install. So our builder said they're going to do a site cleanup on Saturday. They need to install tanks, sewage tanks, where rubbish is piled up, 6 months worth of rubbish around the house in front and back. So they brought in a backhoe and a tractor to work for the day to clean up the rubbish, do some land leveling, and as you'll see, dig some holes for the septic tank and the soak-away system. So just a bit of footage of the builder's rubble that's all been piled up here. Really happy that they're cleaning up, because once again it looks like we're coming to an end when the rubbish is all gone. This was the pile at the front of the house, half buried with dirt they had to dig out. Luckily there was the Tatpernum town were looking for rubbish to be dumped to fill up a pond so they could dump it for free. So I think there was 3 or 4 truckloads they took away. And our builder was here with his transom to make sure that the land leveling that went along with the removal of rubbish was correct, so that the land was perfectly flat where it's meant to be. So we're just filling in where some of the rubbish used to be at the front, and taking and spreading some of the dirt they dug out. As you can see behind the tractor, that was dirt dug out from taking 2 meters down for the sewage tank and 3 different soakaways, gray and black water. So we wanted to try and level the land, get it back. We had overfilled it somewhat, probably by, I don't know, 30 or 40 centimeters. So they brought it back down, so it's just below the sidewalk. We put dirt against the sidewalk that'll be leveled by hand because of the pipes. Then these fellas showed up. They're going to put in the sewage system. And they mark out with white chalk so the backhoe driver can see what he's doing, and he needs to dig out these holes. So away he went digging them out, and there he is, finished. So these are the soakaways on the back of the truck. So the black water will go into one of these, and the gray water. This is the septic tanks. It'll go in the ground. There's going to be 2 of them, 1,000 liters each. And this is where the water tank will go. So I'll leave you here with some drone footage, just again of the house at the end, of just a quick trip around the house. Just to remind you that we've leveled the land and sculpted it the best we can. We'll need probably 20 or 30 truckloads of dirt when they move everything out of here, and probably, a few hours of leveling with a tractor again to get everything just perfect. Have the site ready for landscaping. But really excited about that and thinking forward to. So in finishing up this week's update, here's a shot of myself and my friend Lex overseeing things in the house. Took a trip to Sakon Nakhon this week as well to do some shopping. Went to King Furniture to buy a bed suite. Wanted something that was country style, rustic, so this is what we ended up with. I think it fits the bill that we're looking for in our country cottage. Also bought a 15 kVA voltage regulator, so it keeps the volts steady. If there's any spikes in electricity, it's not going to burn out appliances. And sitting on the back porch, the big tree at the back is the end of the property. So that's it for this week, and I'll just leave you with some shots from a local temple ceremony that happened today on Sunday. Cheers.